Yeah, good day everyone. This is Adeyinka at Learn Guitar, Lagos, Nigeria. On our last class, we discussed what a guitar is and how a guitar looks like. We also discussed the part of the guitar. We said the body, the neck, and the head. We said the acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and electroacoustic guitar. And the difference between the three is that an acoustic guitar has a sound box. An electric guitar doesn't have this sound box. It has a plug-in, so you can only plug to light to play. While an electroacoustic guitar has the two features. It has a sound box and it also has a plug-in where you can easily plug in your guitar. It means an electroacoustic guitar, you can play it without light and you can play with light. Today we are going to be talking about our neck, and we are going to focus on the fretboard. This is our fretboard, and in our last class we talked about fret number 1 to fret number 20, and we also discussed our indicators on number 3, number 5, number 7, number 9, and number 12, the octave. We are also going to be talking about our open strings because that is the main foundation of how to get our fretboard. Now, we mentioned the numbers and the alphabet attached to each strings on our fretboard. We said this is our string 1, this is our string 2, this is our string 3, string 4, string 5, and string 6. Each of these strings has their musical name or alphabet, which is E, B, G, D, A, and a low E. All these are on a open strings. This is our open strings. Without playing anything, without playing on the fretboard, it is our open string. And this is E, a low E. This is A. This is D. This is G. This is B. And number 1 is a high E. With this, we can easily get anything that we want to do on our fretboard. Starting with our low E. After the low E, that's the open string low E, we have the F. This is F on our fretboard. We have F sharp or G flat. We have G. We have G sharp or A flat. We have A. We have A sharp or B flat. And we have B. Then we have our C. Between B and C, there is no sharp and flat. I will repeat that again. Between B and C, there is no flat and sharp. After our C, we have our C sharp and our D flat. We have our D, then we have our D sharp and our E flat. Then we start from our E again. I told you this is an octave earlier on. So whenever we start from E, we end at E, the octave. Then we have our F. Immediately after E, it is F. So between E and F, there is no sharp and flat as well. So in music, anywhere in the world, between B and C, there is no flat and sharp. And between E and F, there is no flat and sharp. That's for our low E. Now going to our A, the open string. This is A, open string A. Then on our fretboard, we have A sharp and B flat, followed by B. Then we have C. Don't forget, between B and C, there is no sharp and flat. Then after our C, we have our C sharp and our D flat. After that, we have our D. Then D sharp, E flat. Then we have our E. Then after E, there is what? F. Thank you very much. Then F. After F is what? F sharp or G flat. Then we have our G. After our G is G sharp or A flat. Then we have our A. Don't forget, this is our octave. So we start from our A again. And the trend continues. Now going to our D open string D. That's our string 4 is our D open string. Now starting from D, we have, after D is D sharp, E flat, then followed by E. Then after our E is what? Thank you, F. We are together. Then after our F is F sharp and G flat. Then after that is what? Our G. Then followed by what? G sharp and A flat. Then followed by A. Then A sharp and B flat. Thank you very much. Then after that is what? Our B. Then followed by what? C. Because after B, it is what? C, because there is no what? There is no sharp and flat. Followed by our C sharp or D flat. Then the octave is D. Okay, we are progressing. We are going to the next string, and it's our third string. Our third string is a G string, and this is our open G string. It's on the third string. Starting from the open G string, we have G sharp and A flat. Then we have our A. Then after our A is what? A sharp and B flat. Then after our A sharp and B flat is our B, followed by what? Our C. Then after C is C sharp or D flat. Then we have our D. And after them we have our D sharp or what? E flat. Then after that we have our what? E. Don't forget, after our E is what? Thank you, F. So because there is no sharp and flat between E and F, then followed by our F sharp or G flat, then we get to our octave G. Okay, we are going to the next string, our second string, and our second string is our open B string. Open B string. Now, immediately after our open B string is our what? C. Then after our C is C sharp or D flat. Then followed by what? D. Then after our D is what? D sharp or E flat. Then our E. After our E is what? F. Thank you very much. And after our F is what? F sharp or G flat, followed by G. Then after our G is G sharp or A flat, followed by what? A. Then after our A is A sharp or B flat. Then followed by what? The octave B. And the trend continues up to the 20th fret. Finally, we are going to be talking about our IE string, and it's our string 1. Don't forget, after E is what? F. Thank you very much. Because there is no flat or sharp between E and F. Also between B and C. So after our E is what? F on the fretboard. Then after that is F sharp or G flat, followed by our G. After our G is what? G sharp or A flat. Then followed by our A. Then after our A is A sharp or B flat, followed by what? B. Then after that is what? C, because there is no flat or sharp between B and C. Followed by what? C sharp or D flat. Then followed by our D. Then after that is D sharp or E flat, followed by the octave E. And that is that about our fretboard on the neck of the guitar. With what I just explained, this is a chromatic scale. Everything I just said now on this fretboard is what? A chromatic scale, because it comprises all the keys and all the notes in music. What you just heard now is the open string. I did not touch anything on my fretboard. This is my open string E, A, D, G, B, E. E, A, D, G, B, E. So after that, you can locate any of the notes on the fretboard. All you need to know, all you need to understand is to get your open string E, A, D, G, B, E. Then after that, you can do anything on your fretboard. Also, I'm going to talk about tuning your guitar today. How do you tune your guitar? You can tune your guitar with your tuning peg. These are your tuning peg. And your tuning peg are attached to each of the strings. Looking at this tuning peg, it is attached to our E, our string 6. Looking at this tuning peg, this one is attached to our A string, that's string 5. And looking at this tuning peg, it is attached to 4. Look at it. It is attached to number 4. So this is what you use to tune your string 4. That's this string. Now looking at this, it is attached to string 3. Look at it. It is attached to string 3. And that's what you will use to tune your string 3. That's our G string. Looking at this, it is attached to string 2. Look at the string 2. So it is what you use to tune your B string. Then finally we have this. It is attached to string 1. And that's what you use to tune your IE. So anytime you have a challenge of hearing a sound that is not pleasant to the ear, whether the guitar, the tune itself, you can easily use your tuning peg to tune your guitar. Now, we can tune in 2 different forms. We can do a standard tuning and we can do a literal tuning. A literal tuning, that's a layman tuning. What we have on this my guitar is a layman tuning. I did not use any musical instrument. The keyboard, I tuned literally without any instrument. Are you with me? At times you might want to tune with a standard, like with a keyboard. You go to your keyboard, you play on your key C, strike on your note C. After striking on your note C, you hear the sound and you come to your string 5 fret 3. This is my string 5. Look at it. String 5. That's the A string. Is my string 5. And I count from fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. So this is my string 5 fret 3. And on this my string 5 fret 3, it is C. It is what? Note C. How do I know it is note C? Start from the beginning here and you count the way we started our chromatic scale. Starting from our open string A. After A is what? A sharp, B flat. Then after A sharp, B flat is what? B. Don't forget, between B and C, there is no sharp and flat. So immediately after B is what? Our C. And that's how I get my C. Do you understand? Okay, thank you very much. So this is my C. Exactly the sound you hear on your keyboard. Try to get it with this C. Until you get it, don't stop turning your tuning peg. You understand? So if this is the sound, don't forget this is a literal sound. I don't have a keyboard there. I will have just do exactly what I'm explaining. But just try to understand. If you strike on your C on your keyboard, you hear the right sound you're supposed to get. That sound you're supposed to get is what you want to produce with this particular one that you are holding here too. Until you get the sound, don't stop tuning this your tuning peg. Don't stop tuning it until you get that sound that you get on your keyboard. And that's how you tune for all other strings on your guitar. Thank you very much. This is Adeyinka at Learn Guitar, Lagos, Nigeria. Once again, turn on your notification and stay tuned. I love you. Bye.